sports, ladies and gentlemen. Hello and welcome back to Hard Mode Transport Fever 2. Today we're starting out in Portishead and we're sat on a little road bridge that straddles our freight line that comes into Portishead. We can see the large bridge over in the distance there that spans the northern and southern portions of our map, obviously heading between Portishead and Burton-upon-Trent. And there in the far distance behind the large bridge we can also see the growing city of West Ham, and in the middle distance there just behind the train line we can see a rather busy private transport road that connects between Portishead and the town of West Ham. I think this is quite a nice little view to start things off, and here comes one of our logging trains now making its way through towards, in fact no, it's not logging, that is oil sand. I was completely wrong there. Yes, oil sand train, obviously dropping off at the ferry harbour for that to be shipped onwards. Right, so last time what did we do? We sorted out the machines, or at least getting some of the goods into the machinery factory to facilitate production. If you remember, we sorted the steel out, and what else was there? Oh, there was the silver as well, which we'd done previously anyway. So that's all up and running. There's no onward destination yet for the machines, of course. We haven't sorted that out. But that's hopefully what I'm going to look at doing today. So let's bring up the user interface. We're in 1975. We have over $500 million. I had to stop myself there. I wanted to say pound, but technically it's dollars. As you can see, I've not changed that yet. And we have a cash flow of $70 million per annum. So things are looking quite healthy at the moment. Let's just zoom out here now. So this is the road we were talking about. As you can see, it's quite a busy road, so that's probably going to need some attention in the near future to make sure that's flowing as smoothly as possible. Just quickly turn off the expenditure icons there, of course. And let's hop back over to West Ham, where we started work on this machinery factory yesterday, and here it is. Before we get started though, we have some new vehicles. We have a bendy bus, we have a yes, that must be a passenger aircraft, and the Class 56 locomotive. Well, I think before we do anything else, because it's relatively quick and easy to do, let's see if those buses are superior to the ones that we have at the moment. So let's go to the vehicle manager. We want road vehicles, of course, and let's just go to any of our buses. That one will do. And if we want to do a replacement here, passenger. So at the moment we have the MAN SL192s in service, 50 mile an hour, 16 passengers. These are 50 mile an hour, 21 passengers. A bit quieter on the emissions as well, same weight. However, this one does have more power, so the acceleration is going to be considerably better than the MAN. But it is an extra 20,000 per year to run, and an extra 130,000 to purchase. The initial purchase price isn't really a concern for me, and I'm not really concerned as far as buses go as to the running costs. If the bus lines don't turn profits, that's no problem. They're just there to get your people moving, and ideally to get them onto your passenger lines where they will start turning profit. So I think what we'll do, just for the sake of it, we will go ahead, select all of our bus routes, and we'll actually swap those buses out straight away before we do anything else. So just get all these connected. Of course, when I say connected, I do of course mean selected. There we go. I do think that's all of our buses. I don't think we had any other bus line names. Nope. So let's do a straight replacement, BK670. And this was introduced in Beijing. Just shy of 19 million to replace that. And there we go. And while we're in the neighbourhood, let us go ahead and have a look at this bus. Here's one here. Let's just jump into the cockpit view. Yep, that'll do quite nicely. Please sit down on the bus if the seat's available. Nope, you're going to stand. Well, you do you. anyway, let's carry on. So yes, what I'd like to do today is a bit more work with this machinery factory in terms of let's get the machines onwards to where they need to be. Now the logical choice is ROTHBURY up here. Obviously, as per my own guidelines and rulings, we do need to connect ROTHBURY to the passenger network before we can start supplying it with any goods. We have the passenger line here. If you remember, I laid it down in the last episode as a marker so we wouldn't have to struggle to get it on. So that's already in place and ready to go, and we know it's not interfering with our freight manoeuvres over here. So let's go ahead, head up to ROTHBURY and put down a station. Now I think ROTHBURY will be a town that I will grow somewhat. Perhaps it's not going to grow as much as Nuneaton, West Ham and Portishead, but I'm not going to artificially choke it like I am, say, Yoxall and Bakewell. So with that in mind, we are going to want a large station out here, or large-ish station anyway. Obviously on the northern landmass we're using blue trim for our passenger stations. I'm going to say let's go for the 3 building size, and let's go ahead and have a 4 platform station, because I'm thinking we'll obviously have the connection from West Ham. We'll also do one to Lewis as well, and we may as well do one down here to Swinton, and if we really wanted to we could also go over to Yoxall as well. That would be relatively easy to do, although obviously the passenger line running over here, we'd want to be mindful that we don't cut off access to any of these industries in the area. But that's a problem for the future. For now we need to get this station put down. We want the maximum length, and we of course want high speed, and we want the long canopy. Everything else is set up ready to go. This road here is only for industrial access, so I've got no problems deleting that. There we go. Yeah, it just terminates there randomly, but that's fine. That way I've got a bit more space to work with when it comes to putting down this station. Now obviously we don't need a pass-through station because there's nowhere else for the lines to go on this map anyway. So we will have a terminus station, and I think we'll have it somewhere like that. That'll be fine. And what I'm quite tempted to do as well is actually modify this, get some extra passenger buildings. We'll go for the UK ones, and we want the UK blue trim, but we want the large, let's say it's a small main building, we want the larger main building, and put some along this side as well. So if we do that, and then hopefully we can get something symmetrical in the middle here. If we put that there, no, I don't think we'll be able to get that symmetrical, will we? We will. And then we can put down, well, it looks a bit weird having the tiny building nestled in there, but it'll do. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad actually on reflection. Yeah, we'll have some buildings down the side here as well. Obviously this road will be used to connect up access to the station. That's something to do a little later. For now we want to prioritise getting these lines put down. So we want the high speed track and catenary of course. Right, where are we headed? So I'm thinking this line, given where we've left it off here, we've got an ideal chance now to run alongside of this river and make it something somewhat scenic before heading back inland, perhaps parallel with this logging camp here, and then up into the station here at ROTHBURY. I think that would work quite nice. I think it'd be quite scenic, and I think it'd make for a nice little cab ride in one of the video outros. So let's go ahead and do that. So gradients aren't changing too much, so that's perfectly fine. Let's just get that a little closer to the water's edge there. There we go. And we're obviously wanting to double track this. Is there going to be a bridge pillar in the way? There's that one there, but I think we can shoot between there without any problems whatsoever. Let's just check that. In fact, it will move the bridge footings for us automatically, so we can really stay close to the river there if we want to. Yeah, it's not affected how navigable these waters are, so that's fine. But as I said when we made that bridge in the last episode, I believe it was, we may not have ships running down here anyway, but we don't want to rule it out for ourselves unnecessarily. So let's just try and maintain openness where we can. Okay, that's going to head out into the river there if we did that, so let's just do it a little shorter. And by shorter, I do of course mean shorter increments of length on the track there. Right, where's our forestry? There it is. So we know that when we get to that forest industry there, well, that's when we want to start turning away from the river's edge and heading inland to head into Rothbury. So we can see our marker there, which is useful. There's our forestry industry. And I think, yes, we'll start heading in now a little earlier than I thought we would, but it's going to be fine. So looking at the angle there, that's pointing down this way if it was straight. So we want to make sure we have a good open radius on our track here, so we don't have any unnecessary slowdown on our trains. That's all fine. Still looking rather scenic and beautiful. You can still see the river's edge from up here, which is nice. And then I think we should be able to straight shot in while maintaining speed. Indeed we can. Wonderful. Like that. Fantastic. Exactly what I had in mind. Very happy with that. And it looks okay, even though it's got a little S-curve there. It doesn't look too ridiculous. Right, so the next thing we need is our diamond slip switch. Let's go high speed here. Let's go 100. Why not? Let's live a little. Anyway, yeah, there we go. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Very happy with that. Okay, so before we do anything else then, we want to make sure we get this road connected, because there's every chance I will forget because I'm an idiot. So, yeah, let's get this put in. And I'm going to have a large street down here, I think. Yeah, not extra large yet. That would look ridiculous. Let's go large. How does that look in terms of the connection points? Pretty wonderful. There we go. Let's just get rid of that country road there and that one there. Now, how do you want to connect this in? Because at the minute we're kind of running parallel-ish with the town, and to suddenly do a sharp turn to connect in there, I think would be a bit ridiculous. So instead, what I'm thinking is we'll head up to this street here. That gives us a nice gentle curve on the road. Yes, that's fine. And then if we do something similar to, say, there, then we can straight shot that final connection piece in like that, and that's absolutely fine. Might just want to level this terrain off here. Having the raised hillside just on the other side of the road there doesn't sit too comfortably, so let's just quickly smooth this off. Let's just smooth it all off around here. How does that look? Does that look better? It does. Obviously, I do imagine that all this will eventually become the town itself as it grows and expands, but for now it looks absolutely fine. Right, let's get... In fact, while we're here, we may as well do this, hadn't we? Let's put down some bus and tram stops at our station. And you know what? I think we'll go for a dedicated station here rather than just a roadside bus stop. So let's do that. We want 30 metres and we want it electrified. And we just want the one platform either side, so left and right. And if we get that something central to that middle building there, like that, how does that look? Yep, that's absolutely perfect. Quickly configure this so we have the second access point there. And let's just rename this to a Rothbury station. There we go. Right, now we can connect these streets in. We're only going to need medium streets here. The there's not going to be too much traffic build up on this because there's no reason for the AI to use this as an access point. So we will not need a bus lane in that case, but we do want electrified tram line, of course. And let's bring that in. Can we do that? No, collision. Okay, let's try that again. Let's just come off just a little. And then can we come in? Yep. And it's even put down extra access points for us if we need them. I don't think we would, but there you go. And this side, yes, that's pretty much perfect. A bit more terrain modification now. Obviously we've eaten into that hillside a little further. How's that? Yes, loving the sounds of the wildlife as you're down this close. Fantastic, didn't mean to pause it. So what we're going to do now is use the upgrade tool, tram track, catenary yes, and just go through and plan where we'd like a tram route to run through Rothbury. Now, the obvious choice is straight down like that, isn't it? So let's go ahead and do that. There's no point making it any more complicated than it needs to be. Nice simple loop system, and everybody's happy. Now the other thing we probably want to do if we are going to look to grow Rothbury as a town, if we're obviously supplying the machines, it's going to at least have some artificial growth. We can look at the tools a little bit later. Is we're going to want to decide if we want to put down a central passenger station as well in the middle of Rothbury as a meeting point for all Rothbury's inner city lines. And I'm going to say yes, we do. So let's go ahead, get this ready. We'll go big straight off the bat, so that's 6 platforms, 3 either side, and we're going to put it just there, like that. Had to remove a few buildings for that, but that's of little concern. This will be Rothbury Central, not Rothbury. And there's no need to capitalise that E there, just a small E is perfectly fine, so let's not get giddy. And what we want to do then is connect this up as well, electrified tram line of course. How does that look? Yep. Yeah, no, it's fine. Don't think, well, that's less fine, but yeah, don't think about it. So yes, that's fine. What we'll also do is square this off as well, and then using the upgrade tool with catenary, we'll bring the line around at the top of that like so, and like that. There we go, that's fine. I mean, if we wanted to, we could just do a line down here to bring it all together, but it's fine. Okay then, so the first thing we're going to want to do to get Rothbury up and running is make sure we put in a line from Rothbury Central to Rothbury Station. Fantastic. Waypoints, we want some waypoints out here to guide things in and out as we'd like them to do. So a waypoint like that and like that. We'll have over here, do we have a tram road sign? We certainly do, that's lovely. And coming out this way, I'm going to go ahead and say we'll put a traffic light one down, I think. Like that. Okay, so let's go back to line 1. So if you're heading that way through Rothbury, ideally what we'd have you do is come this way into Rothbury Central. So after the station, hit that waypoint. See, now that's doing what we needed to do here, but it's decided to do something a little bit mental over there. Well, what we could do is if we put a couple more waypoints down over here somewhere, a post box and a phone box should do. Lovely. We can send it like that. And then that is, yep, that's doing exactly what we'd like it to do. It looks neat and tidy. And yeah, it's going to work pretty well. So this is the inner city tram, and this is Rothbury Station. Fantastic. So next thing we need, of course, is a tram depot. We'll put it... Ooh, we may as well put it here, where it's not going to impact our AI traffic. Yeah. Okay. BE46 Mirage. In fact, carries 27. We'll probably get away with just one of them initially. And this is a sort of like a dark blue, wasn't it? This line colour. That's close enough. There we go. So now at least they have a way to get to the station. What's the reach on that? That's pretty good. There's some areas not covered, as we can see, but the bulk of the town is covered. So for now we can get away with no inner city bus network to get people in here. Wonderful. So now let's do a line. In fact, no, let's not do the line yet. We're getting ahead of ourselves. We need some signals down here, don't we? Right, so let's have these, the ones with a little gantry on them. Yep, they're the right side. We do want these to be one way, of course. And let's just put in the signals at the junctions first of all, like this. And then head to the other end of the line, which is all the way over here in West Ham, of course. And we want to do the same over here. So first of all, on this side, we want the bi-directional signals. And then over here, we want the one-way signal on the approach to the diamond, like that. And then we can head to the auto signaler and just let the mod do the rest of the work for us. And we'll start there. Has that also signaled? Yes, it has, all the way through. Fantastic. And then, where's our last signal? Oh, yes, there it is. Double that up. And I think we'll have a short signal as well. So, where's the end of the junction? There it is. So we'll have a clearing signal, if you know what I mean, just there. Yeah, that'll work. Absolutely fine with that, no problem. Right, now we can get a train on here, can't we? So we're coming from West Ham, clicking the passenger icon, of course. Let's change that colour a bit. We've got two bluey purpley lines already. So let's manually select a green line for this line. So we're going West Ham through to Rothbury. What platform are you using over here? Good, there's no sharing, that's fantastic. You're heading up there, absolutely fine. You can use any platform you want here. Well, you can't, because you can't use platforms 3 or 4 because you don't have a connection, but yeah, that's fine. So this is our intercity, not inner city. I've made a point to get these right. This is our intercity. We'll say this is a commuter because we are planning on making Rothbury a larger station or a larger town. And this is West Ham, Rothbury. There we go. So now we can get our locomotive. We have an engine shed here. So locomotives, what do we want? We'll have a quick look at the 56 while we're here, although I don't think we're going to be using that. No, because it's too slow. There's that, but it's too expensive for my money. We could do that. 6 million a year. Yeah. Do you know what? We'll treat ourselves, because we did look at putting it in last time, if you remember, but we discovered it wasn't quite up to scratch. However, for just a little commuter service, it should be pretty good. Hopefully. Alright, let's get it anyway. We'll leave it in its default colours. In fact, shall we? Ooh. How do I remove that colour now? There you go. Yeah, we'll leave it default. And we want it on the green line, which is the intercity commuter, West Ham to Rothbury. There we go. Let's now go ahead and have a look at our little train as she leaves the engine shed. I do like the low hum. It might be a little bit overkill for the line as it stands, but I mean, we've got the money to splurge a little bit now. We don't have to worry so much about 100% and maximising efficiency, I don't think. So Yeah, let's be giddy. Let's be opulent. Oh, there's a buffet car, and there's our first class wagon as well. 2 of those. And I guess next we have the trailing engine car. There it is. Oh yes. Marvellous, absolutely marvellous. Now, hopefully we'll start seeing some generation of passengers. Well, not yet. It does usually take just a few moments for it to pick the passengers up, so that's fine. Okay then, so next we want to decide how we're getting the cargo up here. Now we've also potentially got tools heading this way as well. Now I did discuss in a previous episode what tool factories were serving which cities, and I've since forgotten. So this might be a complete change from what I originally had planned to do. But as it stands, I can't see a single tool factory. Oh, we have one here. Oh, but that's serving Whitnash, and where am I remember that much? So where is... Yeah, where's West Ham drawing her tools from? Do you know what? I've completely forgotten what I've been doing here. Is it that one? It must be, yes. Do we have... Oh, we have another tool factory here. Right, so this one is, well, for now, serving West Ham. There's nothing else up to the north that we'd ideally want to be using. So it's either the one that's serving West Ham, which is quite a trek, or it's this one here, which is still quite a trek. And we have the Aerospace 146, 146-200 QT, the Class 37 BR Blue Large logo, and the Class 47 BR Blue with the smaller logo. All very wonderful. Right, back to the tools. In fact, the quickest way to determine this is if we go to suppliers. We can see here we have 3, yes. Whitnash is already spoken for with two towns drawing a supply. So it is either the one at Marlborough or the one at Burton upon Trent. Now, we obviously already have a cargo line that runs from here to West Ham. We know that because we're getting tools into West Ham as it stands. And the fact that we have a pass-through cargo station in West Ham says to me the ideal solution here is to use that same tool station down here at Marlborough, bring the train straight through. We can pass through this station here as well, and then basically have a parallel line which is handling our freight to head up here into Rothbury, because after all both the machinery and the tools will be handled here at this state. Well, the machinery will be handled here, and then if our tools are passing through, then it's going to keep everything pretty neat and tidy, and I like the idea of that. So that's what I think that's what we'll do. And we have 2 platforms here, so we can have one as a pass through for the tools freight train, and then we'll have one obviously for loading of the machinery train, and that's gonna work hopefully pretty damn nicely. Now, I don't think we'll get a chance to finish this little endeavour today, but we can certainly make a good start. And I'm thinking, in terms of drop-off point, we don't have the room here without crossing over our passenger line to have an extended station handling both passengers and cargo. However, we could utilise this area where we have an industry and have a drop-off station here, and then it's not a very long distance indeed at all into Rothbury if we were going to then ship the tools and the machines in via a road delivery system. Of course, there might be a way that we can cross over our passenger line without too much interaction or too much hardship, and then we could have our cargo platforms on this side. Of course, we'd still need onward delivery trucks anyway. So I think that, yeah, we'll just do as I originally said there. We'll go ahead and we'll put down a cargo station out here. We only need 2 tracks here, and we certainly don't need high-speed tracks. Not yet, at least. And if we put our station like that, yeah, that's fine. Because if we have anything going onwards, it'll be tight, a tight turn, but it'll be all right. And then we have plenty of room to come around this side of the forestry industry, come back in down here, parallel with our passenger line just a touch before breaking off and making contact with our freight station. What say station? Our freight station over here. So let us do that. So you want to come off, and we want to get you to come parallel with our passenger line. So to make this a little bit easier, we'll do that age-old trick by putting down our what the heck has gone off there? Not what I wanted to anyway. Where's the snap point? Come on, where are you? There you are. That's better. There we go. Yes, we'll quad track this area and then have this branch off towards a station. 75 miles an hour? Oh, you're beautiful. And now number 2 in like so. Yes, very happy with that. And for aesthetics, let's go ahead and have a connection over here, even though the chances of this ever being used are 1,000,000 to 1, but still they come. Anyway, there we go. That'll do. And we want a diamond here. A relatively fast diamond. Like that. Okay, yeah, fine. I'll get rid of all this grass between episodes. Likewise, all this grass on the new lines that we've put down recently. Yeah, all this stuff here. But enough about that for now. Let's continue putting down this. And I think we are getting close to the end point for the episode today. So we'll pick this up, obviously, in a future episode. But at least our infrastructure is going to be in place. All we've got to do then is get the lines set up, and obviously we need to do the onward delivery as well from our new drop-off station into what's the town called? ROTHBURY, that's it. Okay. So now we want you to start breaking away from the passenger line, because you've got a bit of a tight angle to get into there, and what we don't want to do obviously is have too much slowdown on the freight line. If we can get it all 75, why wouldn't we? But I think we're looking good for full speed. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. So now we can just quickly finish this off like that. Put the diamond in place. Again, let's go a little bit faster. There you go. And like that. We'll do our usual signal tricks out here. We'll go for 2 aspect on these, I think. Why not? One way, no, we don't want one way, do we? Because these are just to bring our trains forward off the platform. Now we want one way. That's not one way, that's auto signal. Learn to read. And we want one there. And we're going to need one all the way back here. Oh, what's gone off? What's gone wrong? Train 19 has a problem, does he? Are you too long? What's your problem? Yes, you're too long. Okay, well, you could come down here a bit, just saying, but never mind. Yeah. Almost that entire power car is over the switch there. Okay then. That's not what I need. That's what I need. We have to get rid of that as well. Okay. Nope. There we go. There we go. Just bring the diamond back like that. There we go. Let's get the signals in. Double head, 2-way. Oh god, it's floating. There we go. Oh, where's he gone? Why can I not put that down? There we go. I swear I did click it. I'm not an idiot. It just wouldn't go down. Not sure what was happening there. Anyway, let's get a one-way one there as well. Yeah, that's fine. Are you happy now? Ah, am I going to have to give you an old stop go? Right, there we go. Oh, okay, it might be that signal there was a problem. Let's get rid of that because we've got those ones there now anyway. So 6 people out of 176, so you've got the pick of the seats today, lads, but that's fine. Like I said, we can afford the extravagance. It's not a problem. Right, where were we? Yes, we were putting the signals on this line, weren't we? So we want the 2 aspect signals. Now we want to go auto signal one way. Yes, 500 meters, and we'll start from there all the way. Okay, let's try that again, shall we? We'll start from there. You don't want to do it. Why are you not doing it? No, whatever. Auto signal. You really don't want to auto signal this line, do you? What's up with you? You know what? Just go away. Right, let's try it over here. Where's the end of the diamond? It's all the way over here. Ah, so you'll do it that way? Ah, I see how it is. I see how it is. Okay. Right, let's try it from there then. Ah, now you've done it. Oh, well. There we go. We got there in the end. So yeah, that's where the tools and the machinery, they're eventually going to be running down here, of course, and making their drop-offs here. Let's just rename this. This can be ROTHBURY Cargo Exchange. There's no need to shout. Cargo Exchange. There we go. Yeah, and I think we'll leave that there for today. We'll pick it up in the next episode with setting up the... Well, we can set up both the tools and the machines, can't we? We have both ready to go. And then obviously the onward delivery into ROTHBURY. Then we should start to see some nice growth over here. Already got some decent pickup on the tram network, as we can see. 27 people waiting at ROTHBURY for collection. And we have our overkill high-speed train heading into ROTHBURY now, carrying what I assume are the first 6 passengers to ride the line. Oh no, we must have carried some previously. How many of you take? One person. Brilliant. Anyway, that's fine. So what we'll do then, we'll let this train get alongside in ROTHBURY. We'll hop on board, and then we get to experience this nice riverside journey through into West Ham. And I think that should be rather marvellous. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please consider hitting that thumbs up button down below. And if you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel as well. It really does help show support and help the channel to grow and be discovered by a wide audience. But for now, what that means for me to say is, as always, ladies and gentlemen, you take very good care of yourselves. It's ta-ta for now.